So, all right, guys, welcome again. Today's class is very much important because finally, I think we are on the right day to kickstart our projects, right? So, initially, guys, if you remember, I told you in this Rise campaign of our initial, you know, startup of the technologies, we have started with RSCSA level of training of version 8 plus the Python 3, and my intention was not just to train you guys on just Linux core concept that we are doing in RSCSA version 8 of training, and not only train you guys in Python concepts, right? Because finally, you know what, you are learning the operating system because you want to build something on the top of this, right? So if you don't have, if you ask company that you have a good knowledge in operating system, but what finally you're going to run on the operating system, right? You are going to run some kind of program, right? Or some kind of applications or some kind of software, right? But if you want to build a software or create a software, you want some language. So if I say I'm just going to train you in loop or arrays or maybe functions or maybe modules or maybe some ops concept, right? But finally, if you don't know what you want to achieve or what you want to create, there is no great use of learning any language, maybe Python or Java, right? So what we are going to do, all the knowledge whatever we acquire in Red Hat plus all the knowledge we already know that we some classes we already done, right? And all the upcoming classes of Python, right? I'm we are going to start creating some software and that software will be your project, right? Would be project. Okay. And finally, technically it looked like this. We are going to integrate Python with the Red Hat, and slowly, because the first day, I'm this would be first day where I would like to start with the project, but slowly by the day and where you have all the knowledge of Linux, where you have all the knowledge of Python, your project will be completed. Or project creation or development or the software development is a process, right? It won't like this in one day complete. As much your knowledge is keep on increasing, your project will be done or be completed, right? So so guys, again I welcome you, and I believe, yeah, one more thing, that the feedback that I always got from the students, right? They say while doing the project they learn more, while doing the project they understood the things more clearly, right? And you know what, one more biggest thing is when you apply for some job, okay, and you if you really work on some real projects in the company, having the exposure of these kind of project or the real project we are going to build, right? Even though the project we are going to build in this training would be mini project. Why I say mini? Because we are right now having two technologies. Even the mini we're gonna do lots of things. It's not like a small one, lots of things, but it will be mini kind of project we are going to do. But as you come across with other technology like AI, maybe augmented reality, maybe IoT, you'll see that this mini project, the same project, you keep on enhancing those technology with this project, and it will be a huge, bulky, great major project that really work on the real industry, right? But you have to start from some price. It's not like this. You have to first learn everything, then we start the project, right? It's a step by step process that sorry, we are doing in this training, right? So as per I committed, right, and we are doing those things. um, but I'm not saying again that your RSS version 8 training completed. I'm not saying Python we have completed, even though we just started with Python initial classes, right? But my plan is, every day I will go through some of the topic what I had. Every day I'm going to talk with some of the topic of Python, and then we build those things in one project. So finally, by the day end, you will have your own mini project or your software ready, right? And I'm giving you a guarantee, those guys here, the role of team will also come in play. Those guys and those team who will create this project more with more features and more in the great way, right? They will have lots of benefit. I have in my mind. Those guys will be showcase in the ISC portfolio, and those guys also would be showcased from our side to industry people, right? So you will have a great career future if you do so, right? So I would like everybody to participate in this project creation. If you don't create the project, we won't assign a project certificate to you. Okay, this is one thing. But before I start today's class, and today's class is very important, before I today's class, I would like to thanks almost all the guys, right? Because the new campaign that we have started, you guys know the campaign dot, right? Almost all the guys are doing the great to promote this campaign for the great and the good reason. But initially I would like to congratulate one guy. um Right now we have seen her post actually. I'm talking about this post, so I would like to congratulate Pragati Agrawal from SKIT College. The way the C explain the purpose or the great purpose of IIC dot. So the way she designed this diagram and the way she expressed the feeling of the IIC community, IIC Rise, maybe dot, and about the issue of this coronavirus, all the things, and how we the guys students as a yeah, and the world doesn't think we are the genius one, but I know and that you guys are genius. The way she explain is very touching, is very emotional, and also show us the right purpose to the world, right? So highly appreciate, guys, go through her link, what she has shared. You also get new things. I learn a lot of new things the way she expressed the things, but some also is to have created something like this. I normally don't get a time to comment, but I fail to do comments also in her post, right? So similarly, I suggest everybody over here just create your story, your way. Everybody has own way to create the story, what great we are doing in IIC dot or the IIC Rise, and share those things over here. So everybody will get benefit of it, right? It's not about us, we are getting it about everybody has to raise or rise in in their the career, right? So I highly thankful for Pragati and other students also who are doing this kind of work, right, in for the IIC. As IIC is not for me, not for us, it is for our country and for our nation, right? You always think in this way. Okay. So let's go, guys, for the today's class, right? So today, guys, our motto is to start the project, right? So let me before launch my operating system where we are going to discuss about our project. Okay, so let me first start the instance. So while doing the things, I will also explain how and what kind of project we are going to build, right? So yeah, one more thing, guys, by the system to save the time before my system is start, I would like to tell one more small thing just come in my mind, because this is a very common question you guys ask me multiple time on the chat box. Plus you guys ask me a lot of guys personally message me or DM me to explain this particular thing, right? So I'm talking about, right, about the value of the global certifications examination, right? So I think most of you guys might know the value, right? But let me save the time by the time my instance launch. Just give you 2 minutes to let me explain you the use of the power of global certification, right? So according to me, right, according to me, and not only me, all the industry people, right, degree is just a basic thing like a school education, right? Like a school examination seat, right? So technically in the real industry there's no great use of the degree. Not is not one who decide which profile you're gonna get, which package you're gonna get. Or it's not about the package and the job, right? It's about after getting the job, which kind of project you are in, and with how you get the promotions, how you get the salary increment, right? Everything is decided by two things, right? First, right, what kinds of technology you guys know, right? Plus, second, the biggest thing that help you is a global certification. So if you really want to work with a bigger industry, you want to work with a good profile, with a great package, you keep on enhancing your profile and package, all the things. Everybody in this IT world should have global certifications in their resume, in your profile, right, is highly recommended, right? Don't I'm not against the degree, but degree is just a degree, that's all, right? So but for a career future, I highly recommend go for certificate. And now it is a choice. You would like to go for Google certification, you want to go for AWS certification, cloud, you would like to go for Cloudera for big data, Hadoop, all those kind of things. Your choice, right? Okay, whatever certificate you would like to go. But according to the market or the industry, the certificates that has more value at the core level, right, are from Red Hat one. Okay, and one of the great reason is this is the only certificate at that level that is a pure practical based. Because in the real world, it is not, it doesn't, the industry doesn't checks your logical skills, right? Logical skill means conceptual knowledge, right? For example, if they were asked as ABCD and what you know, just tick B and you get the answer, right? So it is not a way or the objective way you work on the real servers or the real industry, right? If you don't have a practical knowledge the way we are doing this training, right, you won't it won't help you, right? So this is the one kind of examination and only one kind of examination at that level that is a pure practical one. Means your Red Hat own examiner come to your location, they set up your server, and they multiple task scenario they give to you. You have to go to that server, solve it practically, implement those things, right? Practically you have to do this and submit those system to those examiner. Then this examiner will will put retrieve all the data, send to their main server US, maybe the data check there, and they come back to as a degree from the as a certificate from the US, right? Something like this, a pure practical one. So I highly recommend. For that easy reason, from last couple of year this certificate has a rank number one in the market, because the way they are doing this certification. But technically, whatever the field you are in, you can go and pick any other certificate, that would be your choice. But having at least two or three certificate, not one, two or three certificate before you go for a job or apply the job, right, it's I highly recommend, right? If you really want to get a good profile, it's not about job, guys. But if you get a job but in the wrong profile, it impact your career. Okay, and we're getting back again. 1 minute, I don't know what happened. Yeah, so get the right job again would be very harder, harder for us, right? So at least to have two or three certificate before you apply for a job, before degree completed, it is highly recommended, right? But one more thing, as a recommendation I would like to do here, right? Whatever field you want to go, you want to go for data analytics, you want to go for data science, machine learning, you want to go for cloud, maybe you want to go for programming language. Every field has their own certification in the market, but I recommend, right, with all the field you go, you should have a OS level knowledge, right, that you should require. And for the OS level knowledge, the grade certificate in the market is RSCSA. Version 8 is a new version they have, right? So Red Hat RSCSA is one examination that I recommend. But if you want to go for security or system admin, Linux admin, open source world, this is the most important one. You have to go for it. But if you would like to go for any of the field, just pick their respective certificate, right? For example, you want to go to cloud, just go for AWS certificates. But at least you also have this certificate also. It will be extra value addition for your profile, and also extra value addition for learning these things, right? So that was I recommend, right? So, and again, because we are into the RSCS level of training, so if you plan for this certification, right, I will also going to do an exam boot camp also. So after the exam boot camp, you can appear for the examination, right? That will be your thing. So there's one small question somebody asked me, right? Even though I in my career I've done tons of certificate, if you go by profile, I think multiple industry guys say I am the only one in the market globally that has the maximum certification in the world, right? In all the domains, not in Red Hat, in all the domains, right? But the way I start and the way I recommend is step by step. Not don't directly jump to Google, or directly jump to AWS. Just go slowly, one by one. That makes more sense, and that makes more logical also in the terms of learning path also, right? This is one thing. But only one thing I would like to tell you here, because one initiative we have done long ago. You know what? all the global certificate has one issue, right? For example, let's say you would like to go for RRC, just for example. Okay, if you go for this certification, right, biggest challenge the student face, even though I am recommending everybody to have at least two or three certificate before your degree complete. But the one biggest challenge that I've seen always, right, these certifications come with very high in price. For example, if you go for RSCSA level certificate, the market price, the open market price for RSCSA examination is 16,500 rupees plus INR in Indian rupees. In India, I'm talking about, plus the taxes. But if you want to go for this certification exam, right, you have to buy some Red Hat 2 books or kit that might cost you maybe 1,000 rupees or maybe 1,500, depends, right, where you're giving the examination. So totality it become 20,000 rupees just for one examination. So this was the biggest challenge. Even though I highly recommend to go for this, but going for one examination and investing 20,000 rupees is a big challenge. And some colleges, this is the open market price in the enterprises we do, companies we do, right? But some colleges has tied with Red Hat, and they are offering half price, maybe 8,250 rupees plus taxes without books, right? But I don't know about the college. I don't know, going exam from the colleges. I don't think so, because they are also not giving the books, authorized books, in the college that I heard in the market. So uh, if you'd ask me, if you go for this examination and going examination from the books, finally you have to invest this amount, and without having the kit and books, it might not give that value that you give examination from the main market, right? So if you have plan for go for examination, you should have official books and kit with the coupons, and give exam of open market that give more value, right? Because this is the way industry guys give the examination. You will have the same exposure, right? So this is my point. I'm just giving this information just for this exam. Same, if you go for any other examination, have some this kind of $200, $300, right? Something like this. But you know what? One initiative we have done this. I'm just want to share you one small thing, because by chance the discussion start actually, right? You know what? 2 year ago, 2 year ago in 2018. Okay, even though I've been engaged with you guys from long, right? I always come for my schedule in summer for 45 days, right? You know what how I'm doing? I have my own company called Linux World, right? It's been 17 plus year in the industry, and most the main work for this company, we work for almost all the biggest company in the world, from PwC to IBM, or lots of projects we work, right? My company work for these guys, to implementing, to integrating, to train those guys. Almost lots of big banks, Banks of America and HSBC, Citibank, plus plus but a lot of government agency also we work for, right? So under my company name Linux World, right? So what normally we do, whatever we learn in a year, whatever we learn in a year, whatever new things come up, right, we we create a new up to date content that is required of the current industry, and that would be beneficial for the future, right? I include all those things in my program of 44 days that I do every summer in May and June month in my summer program. That's called summer intensive program I do, where I myself come, right? Because this one commitment I've done myself to give back to the society, right? Because if I keep on growing, if those knowledge doesn't come back, and this is one of the initiative in the IC Rise also. So whatever I learn, I am just giving back to society, so everybody also learn what is the right education. But here I personally come here physically for the days. I be 24 hours, I be with the students and train in almost all the latest technology, from augmented reality, IoT, AI, integrate the things and come up with the new things, right? So there's a different point. But what I have done, in 2018, okay, I always ask student, just go for the global examination. It is very important for your career. Even though knowledge of technology is also important, right, that we are doing in summer, but having the global examination is extra value advantage for your career, right? But you know what, because the price is very high, almost 20,000 rupees around with taxes, right? So it will be very harder for the student, because after summer the new semester start, you have to pay for the semester fees. And that time, if I ask you to go for invest 20,000 rupees for the global examination, that I know is very valuable, but I also understand it's very harder for the family to invest this much amount for one examination, right? So what I have did, right, I have taken very great or harder step actually in 2018, where I announced, right, to my all my summer trainee there, right? You know what, those student who perform good, those student who perform well, so as a Vimal or as a Linux World, we will invest on you, and we will spend 20,000 completely, means we will give you 100% sponsorship on the examination. Okay, so some tasks I have given to those guys and say, let's see who will do. Okay, and you know what, in 2018 we have somewhere around 500 or 600 plus summer interns, right? It's a big hole. We conduct with a lot of volunteers, we do a lot of research based internship, right? And you know what, I thought mm, not all the students can come up with these solutions, right? Maybe 10, 15, 20 student might come up okay, and to perform those tasks. But you know what happened, I don't know. I really appreciate the way student did, right? Approximate everybody has done those tasks. And those way the way they learn, the one of the I think I asked is not quiz, something, it's a practical task I have given to those guys, right? Everybody had come up, right? And you know, one more biggest thing is I committed with my words. Okay, I have invested like anything, and all the students over there, we have given 100% sponsorship. Okay, we haven't charged any single rupee from the student for the examination. Each and every student of 2018, we invested, and from our pocket, from our company, and train those guys so that they can give the examination without any charges. So we want this, and I know what, after having this examination, this was a huge um, you know I don't know the word, there's a huge market, sounds come up, right? Noise in the market is there, right? This was the biggest crowd in the world in a single location. They give the examination one shot, and almost everybody passed. A lot of guys got the 100% also, right? I think one video I show you some day ago, this was my student of 2019 actually. Okay, and after this, the way they get the job, the way they got the confidence in your in their technological skills, the help in their further career, right? Okay, and same initiative I carry forward on 2019. All the students were 19, I think 700 plus students we have, 800 I think, I don't know how much was there, right? So again, all the some students we sponsored 100%. We won't charge anything from the student for this level of examination, right? So every year now doing, because I think if something is helping a student for a career, right, so somebody has to take the step, right? So if everybody think for the business, so nobody can grow, right? And here I would like to thank Red Hat, because they help us in and lots of way to fulfill this vision of us, right? Same thing we are carry forward in 2020 also, same thing. So all the summer students of the Linux World this was summer training, we sponsored 100% in the examination, right? Or not this examination that you do in the college, the real examination, the real market course, this one with the real books, hard books with kit and the coupons, everything. That normal market price 20,000. So technically, and the flow, I'm just saying this to you. Okay, so just very faster, quicker. If you want to see this, if you just go to Facebook, and if you search my company name, Linux World, all right, Informatic Private Limited, so you get this page. And here you might see, we keep on announcing this part, even though industry also say every engineer should be part of Linux World summer program. The way we design it, there's a different point. We are not in the summer training discussion here, but here you can see those video. That was the great moment we had, the way students get the benefit, right, from all those things, right? So but that's your choice. So but I highly recommend to go for this examination. But this sponsorship that we guys are doing, to make it clear, one more thing, it is only we do for pursuing a student due to a lot of reason. So if you are pass out, if you're working on the company, you have to invest completely on yourself. Okay, so this is for doing for the from great reason, right? So we are just helping only the pursuing student for this 100% sponsorship, right? 100% means 100%. I won't charge anything in the terms of examination coupon, books, right? Examination center plus plus exam preparation plus the exam cost, everything we take care for all the summer interns or summer trainee who do the training under us. And this, I think we are the only company in the world I'm talking about, right, who are investing, who's giving the sponsor for sponsorship for these level of crowd, you know. Last time I think 700 plus, I think around 1,000 students, I believe, we sponsor, right? So only company in the world. The that was the reason most of the company has awarded the best internship in the entire world, right? So if you see, we got lots of award for multiple companies for these kind of initiative for the students, right? So that's all, guys. So a lot of students ask me about the value of the internship. Value of the certification. I highly recommend go for two or three from your domain, or whatever domain you want to go. At least have RSS level certification in your portfolio. It help you in a lot of way. And some extra information I've shared you the what initiative we have done. All right. So that's all. Let's come to our main topic for today. This was the announcement. Okay. So this is our main system. And if you want to know some more thing about summer program, I haven't put, but I will put in your description of this video after this today's session. I will put there the link of a website where you can see all the initiative what we are doing and all the type of technological project we are doing. I'll put over the link over there in the YouTube video link after this training, right? So guys, come to our main point. So let's go for about the project discussion, right? Okay. So project discussion is something like this. For example, you know what we are doing from the first day, this your Red Hat system, right? And almost all the corporate world industry, maximum company are using as a server Linux operating system, right? They are using Red Hat or maybe any other operating system. If you talk about Google, if you talk about Facebook, almost all the big companies are using in their lab, in their data center, Linux operating system for running their server. And because in the Linux operating system, most of the guys are are doing the things from the command line. For example, they want to run the date command. Obviously, it's a very simple command. But if you want to install the software, you have to use a yum command for installing software, right? Or if you want to configure something, you have to open the file to configure some file, right? Somewhere whatever file would be. Then if you want to start the services, you have to use systemctl to start the services. So technically, you know what, right? Even though we have just 20 and 21 days we have done in this training, right? But we have seen lots of command, right? Okay, my point is, guys, even though when you start going for next some more next topics, right, you see there are lots of commands that keep on coming, keep on coming, keep on coming. It means, right, if you want to do something, in Linux system, that is very important for the career, because almost all the company work in Linux, right? You either you should know all the commands. Okay, and plus one more thing, guys, whatever you're doing here, right, we don't have a graphical way. And if you go for graphical, you don't find any way to manage everything. Okay, so almost whatever you want to do as server, right, or maybe any other things, you should know the command. Okay, so technically we have two major way, right? So for example, Linux is your operating system. Mostly Linux is used for server, right? And what is server, we already discussed, you guys. So maybe web server, database server, FTP server, SS server, whatever server your company they use, right? So for using or managing or configuring the server, either they use GUI, but in the GUI we have very limited options. We can't do everything from the GUI, so there is no choice for GUI. Okay, then second option, that is the most useful option, is CLI. That's called command line. The way we always use this is a command line. Okay, but the only challenge in the command line, right, the guy who would like to do things from a command line, they should know each and every command. Okay, for example, if I say I would like to configure web server, but if you don't know the yum command, if you don't know software name also HTTPD, if you don't know the file name, if you don't know the service start and your document would wear WHTML, right? So without having those knowledge, you won't able to do something. You won't able to create web server. Even though web server creation is very simple, but there is lots of server that is very advanced server. You have to do lots of things. Okay, and that's, guys, that is the main aim and the goal of our project. So what we are going to do in our project, we are going to create our own personal interface. This is interface, graphical CLI. So we are going to create our own personal interface called TUI, Terminal User Interface. Okay, so how it look like, right? I can't show you because I don't think so we have any option here. Let me show you one command if it's possible here. I don't think so they have here. Mm, I'm just searching for some command where they show you any TUI. Okay, but let me explain you, maybe because we are going to create in the future, right? So so what maybe I have to install some extra software also, but what, what I'm going to do, we are going to create a program, or we are going to create a software. So as soon as I run my program, it open a one program in the GUI. Okay, in a GUI where they ask you, right, where they ask you not to run the command. They ask you, what do you want to do? What do you want? Okay, do you want to see the date? Do you want to see the calendar of the system? Okay, do you want to configure web server? It's something like this. And here I have some mouse. All right, I just go here and click, and as soon as click, you know what, behind the scene, it configure the complete web server for you. It configure web server for you. It means any non-technical guys also, even they don't have so much knowledge in Linux, they don't know the command, yum command, or software name or systemctl command, right? Those guys also can able to use my program. It like, a double click program or some your desktop based applications open, and it give you all the options of your Linux operating system. Okay, and there, whatever you want to perform, right? Just for example, those guys who have done Docker training, then I click there, just configure Docker, just I click there, just launch the CentOS image for me, right? I click there, just create my own image for me, right? So everything will be managed graphically, but technically this is not graphical, right? It look like graphical, but inside the graphical all the commands are working in my terminal. That is mean by TUI. So what is terminal? TUI is a very interesting program from last couple of years we are using a lot. So I don't have any program I have to construct, but maybe somehow Linux TUI somewhere I get a diagram at least, right? You can feel what I mean by TUI. Okay, so it is something like this. It is something like this. This one. Okay, this one, or you can think in this one. It's something like that. Okay, so this kind of program, right, it is look very complex here, but we'll make it very simple, very simple. So here they ask, do you want to read a file? Yes, click here. So without knowing my file name, the file deleted. Okay, here they ask you, do you want to, in the left side they ask you which server you want to perform or configure. I say web server. As soon as I enter, auto web server created. So this kind of structure we are going to create, and all the things that we learn or we are learning, right, we convert those things into this program. Okay, it's something like so. But for creating this structure, it's called TUI. We will require Python language. Okay, and to whatever you want to do in the background, you require your what do you say your Linux skills. Okay, so there we're gonna integrate two things and create our own TUI based program. Even though you can create a website, but for this you should know extra website and CGI things. So it is very different out of the things. You can also create mobile app also for this, but again for this you should require mobile knowledge. So what are skills you have already or you're going to learn in the future, we use those skills to build a program, something like this. So our program would be more clear, more better, but I don't have a ready screenshot because we are going to build, right? But I'm just giving you high level idea. Maybe something look like this, for example. Okay, here they ask you, I just go select here, take my screen might not be so much visible, but I click here, that show you um, just click here and what do you want to configure. So I just select tick and it configure SS server for me, it configure Docker for me or whatever you guys know. Okay, so this kind of program are known as TUI. Okay, but intention is it's not about TUI or CLI or mobile UI or web UI. It is about what our intention is. Our intention is to give the life of the Linux guys simple, make it simple. Okay, so so rather than they learn all the commands, right, they use our program, they use our project or the software, and whatever the activity they do, they commonly do, right, they will do from our software. That is the whole and sole goal. Okay, and in the upcoming class you will see you will have your own software program or project created for those guys, right? And those guys who will create this project with more options, more feature, working great, look and feel, I'll give the knowledge, I give every step by step how to do it, so you don't have to do anything. I will do everything from the scratch. But in between I'll just keep on giving some tasks. Okay, just use this color, use this look and feel. I just give some options, right? And those guys will use those skills and make it more better. So those team, because here I require the team of you guys, even though you can do alone also, but if you have a team, right, you can distribute your task. Okay, somebody ask some guy, okay, you just do the code for date, ask somebody you just do the code for cal, ask somebody who do the code for web, ask somebody to create this look and feel. So if you do in the team, your project will be create more faster or more better. And those two team who will do the best project, maybe some team we might select, right, and we select and we'll showcase those team in our IIC portal. Plus we have so a lot of things in our underline in our mind for those team. We'll showcase those team in the industry also, right, to the industry also. Okay, so lots of things we have in our mind. Okay, so I think what is the project, what are skills you guys know, right? This is the high level synopsis kind of thing of the project I have explained you. But for this you don't have to know anything right now, I'm just going to do things one by one. Okay, and before this it's like this, we directly start the project. Again we're going to start basics about the project today, right? So you can also start building slowly. We keep on moving the stuffs, we keep on moving the components, and finally you will have your own full-fledged project, ready, right? So that is the one small thing. So let's start guys building the project and start integrating Linux and the Python. So what I am doing right now, whatever the skills you know till now, I'm using those skills to try to build something new. So for this, right, for this reaching till here takes some time, right? You should know some more thing about the Python that we will do in upcoming class. But whatever you guys know, let's start building from here. But yeah, finally we agree here to create our project in the TUI. But TUI just a look and feel is interface. So finally what you want to achieve, all the things that you know, right, you are creating for other non-technical guys or maybe other Linux guys to make their life easy or simple. That was our main motto. Okay, and if they in one click, if something happened, right, they don't have to wait or configure or know the commands to configuring the web server. It would be something like this. So that was is my main uh, motto of this project, right? So let me start a build from here. Because in the project, guys, we will have lots of program file where we write the code. So I highly recommend what you can start with, just create one new folder. Okay, and give the folder name called, for example, project. You can give any name. It is my project, and all the files, all the data that we're gonna use in the future, put here. And the folder where we keep all our files, all our data for our project, this particular folder is also known as workspace. So this would be our workspace. So in your case, you can create any folder just for management. So your all the code would be in the same location, right? So I'm just giving the underline here. Okay, do one more thing, guys, because this is, I'm just going to create one more new document that is purely for our project, right? So there will be no messy, right? So this is rise folder. So I'm going to create one more new document, and the drive link I already shared with you, same drive link, right? You will have one more document, and all the project respective thing in today or maybe in the upcoming class we will post here. Okay, but understand one thing, guys, if you have only programming knowledge, you can't able to create this one. Okay, so that's why I always say, right, having only knowledge of programming like Python, only knowledge of language like C or Java, right, it help you in creating some project, right? It help you just 5% just to automate the things or creating the code. But technically, without having a technological knowledge, or in our case here, technology would be Red Hat, for example. If you don't know Red Hat, if you don't know web server, if you don't know yum command, if you don't know systemctl, right, whatever skills you have in Java, it won't help you. Whatever skills you have in Python, it won't help you. So having knowledge of any programming language, it help you in any project creation maximum 5%, maybe sometimes 2% or 3%, right? So don't always think to build your career only in programming language, right? With the programming language is good, but with the programming language you should know other technology also. Here it is just a OS, but you can think as a technology, but I'm talking about AI or maybe Dockers, maybe DevOps. This kind of technology you should know, right? But right now, whatever we are doing, just try to integrate those things, right? So so right now we know a little bit in the Python, we know a little bit in Red Hat. Use those skills and start creating the project, right? So what I'm doing inside this folder, I'm going to create one file. You can give any name. I'm just giving menu because this is a Python file. I can use .py. You can give any file name. Okay, what I'm doing here in this file, I'm just doing some printing here, just to print something. I say, hey, welcome to my TUI. Uh, that's Max. Anything you want to write, Max Life Simple. Okay, just very basic program I created. Right, wow, you will come to know why I write this kind of line here. So just save the file, run the Python. I'm running with the Python 3 code run file. That's good, but I want this line come center because this will be my tool, so I would like to have center. So for center, what I do, as I said, backslash t backslash 3 backslash 3 is a 3 tab escape sequence I have given here. It looks something in center. I also like to print underscore. Okay, so what I did, so it like underline, so I just print uh, this one, so it look like I've given the underscore underline here. Okay, and one more small thing I'm doing here, I would like to have welcome to my TUI Max Life Simple something in the red color. So okay, initially in the shell class I show you there's one command in Linux that's called uh, tput. Right, the tput is the one command in Linux, and using tput I can set my foreground color. Let me set for 3, I think, or 1, I think 1 is for red. Okay, and this will print the red, and after this I'll put again change my color to, I think, 0, I believe, to black. Right, because tput is a command. You can't run the Linux command from the Python. You guys know how to do this. For this, you have to import OS module, and inside the OS module, we have a system function that you guys know. So initially in the Python classes, this function we used a lot. So system function I used to run all the Linux command. Okay, so what will happen? Okay, initially this command run, they will change the color of my terminal to red. They print red, and then again change to 0. 0 means again black, so this line will print on the black, right, or white, whatever the color would be. So it looks something like this. So my color was, I don't want black, I want white. So what I'll do, white color is 7 code. Okay, so that's what I'll come up. So technically, whenever anybody run my project, it will print the output something like this. It's like the name of my project, right? So that part you guys already know. I think initial classes I just show you this particular program. But what I want after this, right? I want they will show you the menu, right? It will be something like this. They show you what you want to do. Okay, so they show you press 1, for example, to see date. Even though date command is very simple, but I'm just giving this option here. Print, press 2 to check calendar. Okay, this one menu I am giving to my client what they want to do. Okay, so this kind of menu come up. So this menu will show them that what they want to perform. Okay, for example, in the third option I say, would you want to configure web server? So after this menu, I will give some input box, right? They will give the input and say just press 2, and if they press 2 without knowing the calendar command, the calendar will print. Okay, so all the options that you want to give to your client, right? To give to a client, you just keep on adding here. So you want to configure the web server. Configure the web server. Okay, you can give it. Okay, and after this, I'll just give one in box. They will give the input 3, and just as soon as they write 3, and behind the scene complete web server has been configured. It would be something like this, right? But one more small thing, for, in the Python, if you want to print multiple lines, for example, you want to print 10 times, you have to write print 10 times, and more time you print, right, it will be, code will be bigger, but more time you write print, it will impact the performance of your program, right? For example, if you write this line 10 times, then 10 time print functional run or print keyword run, it will impact the performance of the program will be slower. So what I recommend in the Python world, right, if you go to command REPL of the Python, and in the Python guys, we have one, for example, you have one string. Okay, this string, hi, hello. So you can put the string like this. But if you have in the string, if you have multiple lines, if you keep on typing, but if you have multiple line, as soon as you enter, it give error. They say because this is the string, we don't find end of the line, right? You have to give the end of line. How? By putting double quotes. Okay, but if you have a requirement where you have a multiple lines, so in the Python we have option, instead you use double quotes, you can use double quote three times. Right, if you put double quote 3 times, right, what happen? Now here you can write multiple lines without having error. Or in single variable, you can assign multiple lines. And where you want to stop, you can again close this triple quotes. Now if you want to print X, sorry guys, it print all the lines. So if you have any requirement in the Python, right, where you want to assign multiple lines, there you can use triple quotes. Now in your Python guys, I already told you in the initial classes, right, the single quote and double quote in Python has the same meaning. There is no difference. Okay, so here you can use triple double quotes or triple single quote, that your choice. So if you have multi-line assignment or multi-line use or print, you can use this thing, right? So what we can and how we can use this guy, right? So instead we write multiple print, what can we do, right? We just write in this way. this way. We don't require this. Just keep on writing, keep on writing. We don't have to close this also. Okay, and we just start with triple quotes. So because they start with triple quotes, so in a one single string we can write multiple lines, and one single print, because the one single print, it will help in the performance of the program. So now you want to configure web server, press 3. You want to create a user, press 4. You want to create file, create file, press 5. Right now you understand, one technically our tool that we are going to create won't ask you those small thing technically, because creating file date is very simple thing, because in the future we are going to learn lots of new things. So here we are going to give some advanced option. Press 3 to configure web server, press 4 to set up Docker, press 5 to set up some partitions, LVM, some advanced things that we're going to learn in the future. So right now for initial startup, you can start with very basic thing. So you will be comfortable with Python, you will be comfortable with Linux and Python, this tool integration, right? But in in the future, as soon as you keep on learning the new things, you can keep on adding new options here. For example, maybe tomorrow you will learn something on networking, so you can write here press 5 to do the networking, press 6 to set up networking. Right, so as every day you learn new things, you just keep on adding the features here. Press 7 to exit from this tool. You can add those things. So let me show you how it look like. It's just a printing. I haven't done anything great here. So output will something look like this. So this is my first line, my project name. Then this is your menu. This is, I give the name file menu, but you can give any name. Okay, so this would be your menu, and here this menu is very simple. So it is simple means if anybody who run this program by by using this menu, if they want to configure the web server, they just print 3, press 3, and automatic web server has been configured. It would be something like this. But for this, the user who gonna use your program or who gonna use your tool is same thing, right? They have to give the input. And if you want to give the input, right, in the Python we have one function, right? So let me first go to Python here. So this is Python 3. For example, x equals to 5. So it means x value is always 5, and here we are not asking any input from the user, and when I print x, the output is 5. But what I want, instead we give the instead we give the x value is 5 fixed, we can use one function called input function. So what this function will do, right, it will open your keyboard and ask for the input. For example, when I say input hi, it go to x and it is assigned to the hi. Okay, for example, if I ask the input again 7, it assign the input 7. Okay, it is something else. So if you want any input from the user or from your keyboard, you can use this function. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing, I'm creating here one input. Okay, and here I'm storing the value in ch means choice, for example. And just for testing, I'm just printing ch value. Let's see how it look like. So now my program, when I run, right, this program give the input. Now if you see guys here, my program doesn't come in the next screen or next prompt come up. They're asking for the input here. If I say 4, enter, they print the 4. Okay, but you know what, when I run this, it's very harder for the user to understand what actually I'm asking. So what can I do, right, in a program? Before this I can write print enter your choice, enter your choice, what you want to do. That's like makes more sense actually. Okay, now anybody who run this program, they ask enter a choice, and if I press 2, it give it 2. Okay, why they give 2? Okay, because we have printed. But one more small thing in this program, you know what is happening when ask enter a choice, I would like user will give a choice here in the front of this line. They're giving in the next line. It doesn't looks good actually. Okay, so for this, what can you do? In the Python we have a way, right? So in Python version 3, okay, in Python version 3, right, whatever you print, Okay, your print always give you output with a new line. We see here with a new line. That is a reason why a new line come here, because this is a thing I printed with a print. Okay, but you know what, in Python version 3, there's one of that was not in Python version 2, but in Python version 3, print become a function, and in this function this is a string. But in this function they have one more internal options. After putting the comma, the option is called and value of and is new line. So my technically, you know what, in the Python version 3, right, they have lots of argument. This is the first argument, the second argument. The second argument, if you give or don't give, they by default assume that you have one argument called and having the value n, means a new line. So that is the reason if you write this, we'll have the same output. And guys, one more thing, those guys who don't know what is function, they don't know what is argument and parameter, don't worry. In the upcoming class of Python, I will explain you this vocabulary. You will understand, right? But right now, what I'm doing here, what I'm asking here, when you run this print internally, because they have the argument and equals to new line, that's the reason they give you new line. But if you want print something and after print they will end with dot 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 dot, you can change it. So whatever they print, they will put dot 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 dot. But if you want whatever you print, they won't give anything, right? You just remove it. Remove it. It means if print something, they won't give any new line, they won't give any dot, they remove everything. It's like a null. Okay, so technically this is a small change in Python version 2 and 3, right? If you go to Python 2, let me check I have Python 2 or not. Here by chance I have. So I have Python version 2. If you go for Python 2, okay, and if you try to print hi hello, again it behave like the same. But here if you try to use and in Python version 2, it doesn't support. So this feature they come up in Python version 3 onwards. So in the Python version 2, they doesn't support this. Then the Python version 2, we have a different functions available for this in the sys module, but we don't go for this part. But I'm trying to give you some difference and some of the concept that is there in Python 2 and 3. But we have one Python 2 print you can also use as a keyword. So without having the parenthesis also you can print it. So without putting the parenthesis also you can print. They also use print as a keyword. Okay, but again in Python 3, print doesn't work as a keyword, right? But in the Python 3, if you want to print, you have to put double quotes within parentheses. But if you print without the double quotes in Python version 3, it failed because they say you're missing the parameters. So this is small difference in Python 2 and the Python 3, right? Because right now the latest version we use a lot is Python 3. So we will stuck to the syntax of the Python 3, but I'm just giving you some comparison in some basics things, right? In Python 2 and Python 3, right? So let's come to our project again. So what I am doing, so if you think you don't want any new line after the print, you can use and without anything. So that will be our one of the requirement. Okay, now it looks better. Now here they doesn't give any new line. It look like they're giving the output like this. Like this, they worked over here. Okay, but now guys, let me add some more point here. So what I want now, so this is my initial creation of my small project started. And guys, yes, I'm started from very zero, right? Even though I'm taking in a such a way that you guys are very new, you don't have any knowledge in something, right? So I'm taking this project creation from very basic, but slowly we keep on enhancing, and finally in some time your project will look more better than this kind of look and feel, with almost all the options managed with the TUI or this kind of GUI. It's not GUI, it's a TUI we gonna do. Maybe we might create some GUI also if you want, right? So we will do in the upcoming class. Means slowly we will enhance those things, right? So that is one thing. But intention you should know, right? What is our intention? Why? What we want? What we want as soon as somebody run my tool, if they press 1, they will create it. Okay, but now here what is happening, whatever we have created, as soon as press 2, it doesn't show me the calendar. Now here we have to add some more code here, and what we have to do, right? We have to write a code in such a way that is, if somebody press 1, then run the date. If somebody press 2, run the calendar, something like this. And in any programming language, if you have this kind of requirement come up, if this is 1, then do this. If it this one, do this. Then the logic of conditions come in play. And here guys, we are going to I'm going to explain you what is if or what is else. So just I require 10 more minutes. Let's do this uh, task complete. Or do one thing, it again might take some more time, because it's not take 10 minutes, I think half an hour, because I have to add lots of stuffs here. But what I am doing, I'm not taking the further topic today. Tomorrow class is very important, because the actual shape of this project, initial start, will start from tomorrow. So right now what I am doing, whatever I have created, I'm sharing my code to you guys in your doc. Just create this kind of look and feel, and plan what of the options you want to give here. But understand one thing, you can give only those options that is you guys know till now. But as soon as we keep on enhancing the skills of your Linux, these options will keep on adding. But till now, whatever the way you want to make this program more look and feel more better, with more text, better text, right? You just do it. But tomorrow class is very important, that actually give the actual shape to this particular project, right? With this project. So tomorrow class is very important, because this project we also going to create with connect with networking also. Right now whatever we going to do, it will be run on my local host. But tomorrow in this project we are going to add networking also. So this tool will manage your local system also, and this tool will going to manage a remote system also. So this would be some little advanced feature I would like to add tomorrow. So tomorrow guys, do this practice. There is not a lot of great thing today, but tomorrow class is very important. There we are going to integrate lots of things, right? Base code Python also cover, plus both base code project part also cover, right? So for today guys, I just started the core use of our our projects, right? I explain you those things, plus initially I explain you the value of the global certification, according to me and according to real industry, right? And one more thing I explain you, not given the detail actually, because in our summer program we do a lots tons of things. This was one of the initiative we do in our summer program, right? So what I'm doing guys, till here whatever we learn, if you have any questions or doubt, I'm uh, starting my chat box, right? um, so put your queries over there. Sorry. Related to this particular project. Again, I haven't started the project, but I give you the brief about the project to you. Okay. And if you don't get your chat box, just refresh your page. Refresh your page, you or your just go back, come in, and then what are the query you have, you get it. And again, I'm repeating guys, the ISA dot campaign we are doing, it is for a great value for the world and for us, it will a great cause we are doing. So as much spread as much as you can guys, with a lot of stories, create, share it, comment it, right? It is good for us, everybody. Okay. Maturi Singhvi, yes, input will give you a data type string. So tomorrow this part we will touch, right? Because we have to convert a string in some other way for some reason. So we'll cover the by default input function in Python 3. They convert into string, but in Python 2 they have different use input function. If you want, I will cover tomorrow. Samir, right now we don't have plan for shell scripting, but I believe the skills that I'm sharing here, Python, here I'm Python also using a scripting. Exactly same skills you can use in shell scripting. The syntax might be different, but the skill and logic would be same in the shell scripting. Okay, but definitely if you have if we have time, in we'll take one more campaign in the rise to come with the shell scripting also. But I believe 99% logical skills it will cover in this particular training in the Python part. uh, uh, no, Gaurav, is if a student is passing out in 2020, we don't provide this scholarship, right? A scholarship is for only for the pursuing student in our summer program. Pursuing means right now those guys who are in the first year, second year, third year. If we talk about engineering student, right? Those guys who are in the pursuing, who are in the fourth year, so you will pass out right before May, right? Because this program we do in May and June, in summer, right? So 2020 students passing out, we won't do this sponsorship or scholarship. Yes, Hers, you have submitted form summer program but didn't get any response because Hers, actually we our team is highly engaged in a lot of projects actually. So I don't know, I have to check. But because we already open our application of summer program, and I believe a huge applications we got every year. This year we am expecting double applications, so maybe, but it definitely Harsh Gupta, you will get the reply and soon. Otherwise, I suggest just ping in your group. Some volunteer will connect you to our HR with the team. They will help you. Please check your LinkedIn box message given by Abhijit Patak. Definitely, Abhijit, I will definitely surely check. Right. No, Rupayon Roy, this summer camp is always offline. Offline means physically in our own labs. So we have a huge lab we environment we create, we do there. And the great thing is because I always physically there 24 hour with the students, the learning and experience would be more if we go for go for offline. So that's what we do. And if you talk about the current scenario, because this program in the May and June, so there will be no impact of the corona that till that time. So if you're talking online in that context, so I don't think so. The corona impact will be there till the May and June month, right? If this there, then let me check. Might be some part we might do online, but right now is offline. We always do. Okay. Yeah, Ankit, yes, Docker certification. I would love to talk about DCA in our upcoming Docker class on Saturday. I will discuss there about the DCA. Okay, what we do and how we are doing. Okay, and how you can go for this. No, I come personally. This program is always we do are in a base location that's called Jaipur, Rajasthan. Every year we do a program in Jaipur only, and and all the students from all the state of India, they come there, right? So if I say last year with 700 student, 1000 student, so we have a great team of who manage those things. I am personally with to all the students with the team. So I think from Jammu to Kerala, all the states, maybe IIT, NIT, any colleges, students here, right, physically. So I am there in one location, and every student will be there, right? And a huge research-based lab we create to do our training, right? To do our this summer program research and lots of things we do, right? I'll share one link in even though I asked Preeti ma'am to share the link of our summer page, so you can get some information from there or some environment look and feel also. TY is a part of CLI. I think TY is not part of CLI. CLI is a different thing. GUI different. TY is a third kind of interface you can think. So Akansa, TY is a third kind of interface you can think of. Okay, Mahesh. Yes, Mahesh. Because this is under the Linux world, they have some price also include. So I suggest you can contact to Preeti ma'am, right? But normally we don't charge for examination. Examination we normally sponsor 100%. Lots of technology we do. That's again a process of free we do, but some infrastructure charge our company take from the student because a huge lab we have created for multiple research. So, but you can contact to Preeti ma'am or our admin team; they will help you. Anurag, because summer intensive is because you know what? If you want, I'll take a separate lecture, just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow. I talk about some about the summer intensive, right? For any technical graduation student, right? The most important part that will give uh, career or the right path in their world is the summer program, right? The way you invest your time in summer program or summer intensive, that is very critical. Okay, I have hundreds of examples I've seen, right? Whatever you college from IIT, NITs, doesn't matter. The where you're doing your summer program, summer training, or summer intensive, that matter a lot. It's not about you just do some intensive TCS or Infosys, but you done there, they might give you some amount as a stipend, but you haven't learned anything. It is a pure waste, right? The right way to do some intensive is what you are getting, what technology you are learning, which kind of project you are doing, which kind of exposure you are doing, right? That makes a lot sense, right? So Anurag, I will discuss maybe an upcoming class, and that will give you a sense why we are doing this thing only for pursuing a student, right? Because in the pursuing student only, they have the curriculum, summer training or summer program or intensive, right? So I will love to discuss those part in the upcoming class. uh, Raju, the project that we are going here in this training would be in the TUI. But yeah, you can enhance this project. I give you a path into the web UI, into the mobile app, right? So right now we are into the web UI training or mobile app training, right? So it will be harder for us right now, but I this same logic, slowly we can convert this TUI into the web UI or maybe into the mobile app, right? With some integration of AI also we can use. But initially, our intention here, the content that we have, we can only create TY. But if you want, I can also show you uh, to 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 go for how to use GUI also. So some part I will take if you want, if the time allows. Okay. Some intention they're just asking some project. I suggest the project that I highly recommend Tanmay and the summer due to hundreds of region is a project called 95, right? So if you want, guys, I'll just want to share the screen. If you want to me to share, right? So if you go this link I will share with you, right, in your this drive, or I ask Preeti ma'am to share the link in the channel also. Okay, this is the program I'm talking about. So tons of project we are offering, depend which even though you can see here the way we are taking the industry, all the top leaders, this is the record we have created, all the things. But yeah, so lots of field we have. I will take extra class just to explain you those things, but I recommend this one, this project 95. Okay, I highly recommend. And this is the only project in the world. I'm not talking about India, in the world where we are dealing with Industry 4.0. And Industry 4.0 is the today's and the future. If a student don't know about Industry 4.0, they won't will have a great career. And if you want to, drastically change your career in terms of job, promotions, in knowledge, Industry 4.0 is a very important project, right? And here we are talking about this one, right? About all the technology from AI, machine learning, IoT, tons of DevOps, all the core things we do, right? So I'll take a separate session if you want. Right now, this I'm just focusing here more in. If you have any query related to things we do. So can we also covering Django flag? Ankit, yeah, Django is normally framework, or Flask is the framework Python for web, right? So this training is not about web, right? If in the future, if we have web come up in Rise, I will definitely do. But I don't know if you're talking about summer. Yeah, summer in we are doing Django and Flask. One thing we pick to uh, to use web UI, web UI as interface for all the technologies. Okay. Is Prasanna the way we will see if can we go for Git training also, right? I have my own IISc community also. Recently, I take one free Git training for those guys in very advanced level. But in this Rise, let me check. Can we do? Yes, Abhishek, if you are pass out in going to pass out in August month, right? I think then you can apply. But I think the right one to decide would be Preeti ma'am. So uh, so what I'm doing, I'm just sharing this link in your drive. Here somewhere you might get the uh, contact number of Linux World or Preeti ma'am. Put in the query. They will our team will contact you. They will tell you yes or no. Right? I'm not sure, but yeah, if you pass out in August, you might apply. Mm, so this is one thing. Can we take HTML in TY? No, actually no. HTML is normally work on the web UI where you require a browser. Somehow you can take it. You can use some web crawler you can do and you process the HTML. That's a different point. But your intention, what you Aditya you asking, that doesn't make any sense. Aditya, summer workshop is not workshop. Is a full-fledged, high-end technological training with the internship, right? With project creation. So it not significant change. It changed the life. What was I got a feedback every year. Okay, and the student who was a part of summer program, they are the first one in the college to get the best job profile, maximum package. Most of the guys are doing, you know, at the time of pursuing also they'll also earn with some lot of projects they would do as a work from home. So I lots of word I can say with summer, but right now I don't want to discuss over here in this platform. If you want to get any information, just fill the form. uh, HR or they mail you the for the information. Yes, you can do it, Mayank. If you don't have a team member, you can also do this project alone. What the project we are doing, okay? But I also want suggest you, because this training in the IC Rise we are doing for great purpose. So you have to motivate team member to do it, because whatever they are getting here, this will help them in the career, right? In this Rise, okay? And this is responsible for me and you guys to motivate everybody to take this training very seriously. Okay, but yeah, if you are alone, you can do this project alone. The project that we are doing in summer might look like complex, but it doesn't mean you should know everything. Everything we are we are first trained you, then explain you how to integrate the things, right? The prerequisite for summer program is um, is nothing. Think again that the way I started Rise, again from that level we start the things from very basics, then we take the training in the next level, right? So there's no prerequisite. How to join, I share the link here. I also put in the channel, so you can apply there. Can you join afterwards because COVID? Yes, we have our multiple one batch. We also have in the June month, right? So depend upon the official off and the curriculum, you guys can join in June batch also, right? So all guys, other information of summer you can put in the query box in our website. The team will mail you, right? Anything related to this Rise topics, can you please networking TY design application with sharing file to another? Yes, Vishal will do, right? So in the upcoming class, I'll explain you with TY design, sharing the file to other systems. So maybe you will get when I start building the TY program. Yes, any technical guy they can apply. Aniket, you if you're BCA doesn't matter. Any of the technical background guys, maybe BCA, MCA, MTech, BTech, right? BSc IT, they can apply for this summer program. So, what a roadmap for becoming a Linux architect? Uh, Deep Aditya, if you're talking about RSCA, I don't know what do you mean by architect here, because there's a lot of meaning in the architect in the market, right? If you're talking with the RSCA architect, Reddit certified architect, right, the path that we pick is the right one. But if you talk about normal architect, or maybe solution architect, SA guys, again this is the path we have to start with. But slowly I keep on guiding you when some respective topics come up, what you can do for the next one. Okay. Again, if you want to do your career in cyber security also, even though I recommend to have your base core knowledge very clear, right? For example, what we're doing Linux here, some other things, what we are going to do, then slowly move to some security programs. Okay. Like CCI, CISSP, or maybe CHFI, or whatever the program you have, right? So, um, I think 4 GB enough, but project grow. Okay, for project you don't require extra RAM. Whatever RAM you are running on right now in your system, that would be enough, right? A project won't be so much powerful because it is running on the same system. So you don't have to change your hardware network, right? Or RAM and CPU. That will be more than enough. RS Yadav, if you just put in the query, a team will mail you the details on what a cost they involve. They also mail you. Okay, so that's all, guys. That's all, and see you tomorrow. Tomorrow class is very important. It will give you actual shape of our project that we are going to do uh, in this Python and Linux integration, guys. Okay, good day and good night, and see you guys in the next class. Bye.